Okay, systems of equations. All these problems you're finding what the x and the y equal out of the system. So the first way you can do it is by graphing. So you have these two equations, y equals 2x minus 8, and then y equals negative 1x plus 4. That's not a negative in front of the 2. That's just a spec mark. So in each one of these equations, we have the y equals. So we're going to set up both of them using the 0, 1, 2 for x table. So let's look at the first one. Let's just forget about this one for a second. So I put 0 in. So 2 times 0 minus 8, well, that's negative 8. 2 times 1, 2 minus 8, that's negative 6. And then you're going to get negative 4 when you do 2. Okay, so graph that line. So to stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make a point. And then 1, negative 6. So write 1 down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 2, negative 4. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you take your ruler or a straight edge and just make the line as straight as possible because you need it to be straight because you need to see where the lines cross. Okay, so there's the first line. And now I'm going to put in 0, so negative 1 times 0 plus 4, well that's 4. Negative 1 times 1 plus 4, that's 3, and then 2. So 0, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, so 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 2, so 2, 1, 2. Okay, then you take the ruler and connect those. And right here is the intersection point right here. So from the middle, where am I at sideways? 1, 2, 3, 4. So x is 4. And the y, I didn't have to move up or down at all, so the y is 0. So 4, 0. Okay, my next problem. Now I'm solving using a different method without the graph. So y equals 6x minus 35, and 5x minus 2y equals negative 35. So first off, do you have one of the equations where the x or the y is by itself? Yeah, right here the y is by itself, so I want to box up the y and then circle the other side. And then write the other equation over here. So 5x, instead of minus 2, put it plus negative 2y equals negative 35. Okay, so what's the letter that I have in the all by itself? I have y. Sometimes it's x, sometimes it's y, but right here it's y. So I parenthesize the y. Then I write 5x plus negative 2. And then I make a parentheses, but I'm not going to put anything inside it for now, equals negative 35. Okay, now I need to make that parentheses so it is wider. Because, why did I make it wider? Because the y equals 6x plus 35. So 6x plus 35. Okay, now I'm going to solve for x because now I have an x here and an x here. So I'm going to draw my rainbows. So negative 2 times 6 is negative 12 with x. Negative 2 times 35 is negative 70. And then that's out. But before I have equals, I have the 5x. So I have to add 5x equals negative 35. Now it appears the x's are on the same side of the equation, so I'm going to just add those together. So I just add negative 12 plus 5, and that's negative 7x. And then I add my negative 70, and then equals negative 35. Okay. Then I plus 70, plus 70. So negative 7x equals 35, and then I divide by negative 7. And x is negative 5. That's the x. Now to find your y is really easy. You have the y by itself right here, and you already have your answer for x. X is negative 5, so I'm just going to put negative 5. So I punch in 6 times negative 5 plus 35, all in the calculator. Okay, that's 5. Okay, my next problem, 3x minus 5y equals negative 7 and negative 4x plus 7y equals 8. Now here I don't have a letter, either one of them all by itself, so I need to do the times, and I say, okay, what's on the bottom? What's the first number I have on the bottom? Negative 4. So I'm going to times all these by actually 4 instead of negative. You can do negative 4 if you want. You really don't have to. And then what's the first number I have on top? Well, 3. So I'm going to times all these by 3. So 3 times 4 is 12x plus, and then negative 5 times 4 is negative 20y. And then negative 7 times 4 is negative 28. Now the bottom, negative 4 times 3 is negative 12x. 7 times 3 is 21y, and 8 times 3 is 24. Now I'm going to add these equations together. So I take 12 plus negative 12. Well, that's 0. So those are out of the system. Negative 20 plus 21 is 1y. And then negative 28 plus 24 is negative 4. And then you can divide by 1 if you want. But y equals negative 4. Okay, now take your very first equation. You don't have a letter by itself, so you need to take the first equation, 3x plus negative 5y equals negative 7. And I have the answer for y, so I'm going to scribble that out. And I need to take negative 5 times negative 4, and that's positive 20. And then there's the 3x, and then equals negative 7. So then I'd minus 20. So 3x equals negative 27, then divide by 3. And negative 27 divided by 3 is negative 9. Okay, next question, story problem. Adult tickets to a play cost $22. Tickets for a children's play cost $15. Tickets for a group of 11 people cost $228. How many adult tickets, how many children's tickets were purchased? So there's 3 units, adults, money, and children's. So with 3 units, we want to go to our chart. Remember how to label this: total, how many, the money for a single, and the money for total. Okay, so the 2 units are adults and children. Okay, so first off, let's look in these 4 boxes. What cost do I have for an adult? It's got to be money, so 22. How about children? Cross that out once you put it down. And then 15. Okay, how many adult tickets do I have? I don't know that, so that's a question mark, and the children's a question mark. I don't know either one of those. What's my total cost? $228. Okay, now, the number left in the problem is 11 people. Now, it's not $11, so it's going to go in this top row, but I can't put it in for adults or children. So I use X and Y for the unknowns and then put 11 in the total. So X times 22 is 22X, Y times 15 is 15Y. So I have this equation here and this equation here. So that's 2 equations. So I make my cross. So I put X plus Y equals 11, and then 22X plus 15Y equals 228. Okay, so put 1s in front of these, and I'm going to need to do the times because I don't have a letter all by itself. So I have 22, 22, 22, 22, 1, so 1, 1, 1. Okay, so 22 times 1x is 22x. 22 times 1y is 22y. And then 11 times 22 is 264, I think. All right, I'll get a calculator. No, 242. Okay, 242. Okay, then the bottom, 22x plus 15y equals 228. And I want now, Since these x's right here are not opposite signs, we need to make the bottoms all negative. So negative, negative, negative. So these will cancel out, and then 22 plus, remember you're always adding. 22 plus negative 15 is 7y. 242 plus negative 228 is 14. And then I divide by 7, and I get 2. Okay, now the y is your children, so there's 2 children's tickets. Now, use your top equation, 1x plus 1y equals 11. So I have my answer for y, so I'm going to scribble that out and put 2. And I need to take 1 times 2, that's 2, plus 1x equals 11. Then I minus 2, and 1x equals 9. So 9's the answer. Okay, and then the last one, we're not going to do the very last one. A snack bar sells small and large snack packs. There are 20 large snack packs and 40 small snack packs sold. The bar raised $220. If the large costs $2 more than the small, what's the cost of each size snack pack? So again, we got 3 units, the small, the large, and the money. So I make my chart. So how many? The money for a single, and the money total. And then total here, and then small and large. Okay, so what's the cost of a single small snack pack? We don't really know. It says the large cost $2 more than the small, but that doesn't, I still don't know it. Okay, so I put question marks. How many small? Well, there's 40 small, and there's 20 large. And then cross those out. And then the total cost is $220. Now, the final value is 2 more. So with 2 more, I want to put x plus 2 in one of the unknowns, and then just x in the other. I don't need to use y. Now, the large costs $2 more, so I'm going to put x plus 2 for the large, and then just x for the small. So I take 40 times x, and that's 40x. Now, to take 20 times x plus 2, we're going to need to put a 1 in front of the x, and we need to take both 20 times 1x and 20 times 2. So that's going to be 20 times 1x is 20x. 20 times 2 is 40. And now there's only one equation because the letters, these 2 letters, 40x and 20x, they're the same. Okay, I'm going to put an equals. So we add the x's, and that's 60x plus 40 equals 220. Then I minus 40, 60x equals 180. Then I divide by 60, and x equals 3. So go find your solo x. It's right here, and that's your small. So the smalls cost $3, and then to find the cost of a large, you just add 2 onto it, because the 2 things we didn't know, the other one just has a 2 added. So 3 plus 2 is 5.